Hey everyone, welcome back and wishing you a wonderful 2021 ahead. So last year for Diwali, I would have spoken a bit about Sage Valmiki and Sage Tulsidas, but today we're going to talk a little bit on Sage Valmiki. Now, there is a story that says Sage Valmiki was actually not always the perfect person that we assume that he is. He was actually pretty normal, and in some cases, he actually committed a bit of crime. So there is part of the story which speaks about Sage Valmiki actually killing people if they don't give him anything material-wise. One day, there were 7 sages, and another story goes where Sage Narad was passing through. So we have 2 versions of the same story essentially, with the 7 sages as well as Sage Narad. And Valmiki actually told them, listen, you all need to pay up. Give me something material-wise that I can use. So the sages, they had nothing of worth on them. And this is what they said. We can offer you the Lord's name, Rama. Chant Rama. Chant it over and over again. But Valmiki, at that point in time, he wasn't very auspicious. He didn't really believe in God. And he wasn't even willing to say the word Rama. So they devised a plan and they said, why don't you say Mara? Notice the same syllables, Rama and Mara. So the intent was to repeat the words Mara, Mara, Mara until eventually it sounds like Rama, Rama, Rama. So eventually, Sage Valmiki, at that point in time, not being the wonderful sage that he is known to be right now, he actually started to say the words Mara, Mara, Mara. And this was a form of Bhakti Yoga, which is divine and utter devotion to the Lord. So there was years and years of constant devotion by the criminal form of Valmiki, and he was actually liberated from all his sins. So this story to me is really remarkable, because whenever we hear about Sage Valmiki, we are all under the assumption that he is the pinnacle of perfection. But he too is an illustration of how we can make mistakes, and by surrendering to the Lord and by giving devotion to the Lord, pure devotion to the Lord, we too can overcome all our negative karma. So if you're interested, you can see some of the links down in the description below, and I'll link the main story that I checked out so that you could get a bit more information. Have fun!